its final recording so it can be uploaded and shared. It is technically in line with the spirit of formalism and dispensation and everything that I've been learning over the last few weeks. But this one's going to be a little more personal and not so much stuff right out of textbooks and the Bible. There are some verses later when I move into the next realm of how spirits show up. One way that they can. But to get started, I just want to share some more of my testimony and how I came to know the Lord. As a kid, I was easy to deal with. I kept to myself and never spoke up or stood up for myself, and when I needed stuff, I would just go get it. Not in a malicious way or anything, but I wouldn't steal things, but if I were able to go get it myself, I would. That way I wouldn't need to be at the mercy of anyone else. And I was always quiet and polite and just spent a lot of time alone playing with my toys and quote-unquote imaginary friends, which I know now were not all imaginary. I was fairly self-sufficient and never asked for a lot. I mean, I would ask for things, especially when I was in my Barbie phase. I always asked for the new one. But yeah, I was alone a lot, just kept to myself. Now I know it's kind of it created a feeling of loneliness even when I was with other people, because I don't exactly know how to be social since I wasn't raised like a social kid. I mean, I had friends, and we would get to hang out outside of school, but all of the ones coming to mind now, they done moved on, and we don't talk anymore. We haven't spoken in probably years. But I want to give some more detail on the night that I was saved, the night that I acknowledged and accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior. I was 4 months pregnant with our 4th child, and was absolutely exhausted. I was not getting any sleep. I was tense and stressed out all day, every day. And for the second night in a month, I was being pestered for some nookie. And of course I didn't really want to. But the pestering was not exactly stopping. It would lighten up, but it wouldn't stop, per se. So for the second time in a month, I rolled over, waited until he stopped, and then went off and did whatever I could think to do. But this night was a little different. After everything was done, I rolled over and It rolled over the other way. And I was about to start crying. Because it wasn't sitting right. Like, at all. Like, my soul was not happy. And all I could think was, like, there's got to be more to being a wife and mother than this. Like, this can't be all there is, because this is awful. And then I heard this whisper, yes. And I said, okay. And then it felt like this chasm opened up on my abdomen. And this goop, I guess, it felt like goop just started pouring out of that chasm, out of that hole, just pouring out in waves. And every time I felt a different emotion, another wave would come out. And as that stuff spilled out of me, I immediately started feeling lighter and more at peace. I don't know how long that went on for. It was really early in the morning, and I was ready to go to sleep, but I wasn't sleeping. But however long it took, every time it spilled, I felt lighter, and when it was done, I just felt like I was floating in so much peace. And the little baby in my belly started kicking and wiggling around like she was happy too, like she had more room. And I suddenly had energy again, like I didn't want to go to sleep. I was okay. I suddenly had the energy that I hadn't had for the last 2 years. And it suddenly returned mid-pregnancy. It was really early in the morning. It was like 1 a.m. or so. And everyone else was asleep. So I just hung out with Jesus for a while. And he told me to chill and watch YouTube or something. And so I did. And it was different. It was a good different. Like, I was actually happy and relaxed. I wasn't worried about what the person laying next to me would think about me watching YouTube at 1 a.m. And then I realized that night was the first night in years, almost a 10-year marriage, that I had felt peace. And I wasn't completely tense. That was the night I got saved and delivered. All of the thoughts of finally having another drink after the baby was born were pretty well diminished. I mean, I did attempt to drink after she was born, after she was weaned. I mean, I was still stressed out after she was born, and my milk supply was not great at all. It just dried up. Started out great the first week or so, and then it just dried up. But I didn't want to drink. I didn't want to go eat everything. I just wanted to sit in silence. So, drastic change that night. And there's no ill will towards him. He's got a lot of demons, and for some reason he's good with them where they're at. And after that night, my eyes were opened, and I suddenly started seeing what was wrong. And all the excuses, all the attempts at making excuses for the wrong stopped. I saw every trick, every manipulation. The game was over that night. And it has become even more so over and done since that night. That night was a year ago, Father's Day. So I've gone through a major transformation in almost a year and a half now. One of the things that I've been noticing is the difference between a light in someone's eyes and the glint of a light off of the outside of the eye. Because eyes are the windows to the soul. And when someone is not in control of their body, their light does not shine behind their eyes. People that have their own human soul in control of their body have a glint behind their eyes. I don't know a better way to explain it, but for someone that doesn't use their human soul to do anything in regards to their body and actions and words, their eyes are flat. Like, the light will glint off of the outside because it's wet, but when you get a good look straight on at their eyes, they're just flat and dead. And sometimes you can see something kind of move around behind there. And if it's not shining, it's not them. And unclean spirits are just looking for a body to live in. Looking for a body to do whatever their main personality trait is. They take the light out of the eyes and avoid eye contact so you can't see that the light's out of the eyes. You wear sunglasses, old scratched up glasses that they just refuse to replace because talking on the phone and making appointments is just too difficult. The unclean spirits will use the tongue in that body to speak nothing but death, i.e. complaining about everything, making it known they don't feel that anything is good enough. Life and death are on the tongue, and they speak death with it. Towards you, towards them, towards everyone. They'll say curses and try to play it off as just a joke. They try to stop you from becoming who you're supposed to be. for as long as they can. Years. They will steal, kill, and destroy everything they get their hands on. And they'll start young too. I mean, I started seeing, I remember seeing things and hearing things that weren't there when I was maybe 4 or 5 years old. And I never knew much about Jesus until recently, like within the last few years. Growing up, we had VeggieTales and those 2 DreamWorks movies. Prince of Egypt and Joseph King of Dreams. You know those 2 movies? We had those. That was it. That was our learning about Jesus. My mother never. She attempted to go to church and learn, and she just listened to the demons instead. So they had a pretty good roll going for, 25 years, I guess. 30. We'll say 30, because I only remember back to 4 or 5 years old. But before then, I wasn't getting taught about Jesus either, I'm sure. I mean, I went to church with my mom maybe 2, 3 times that I can remember. And then I went with my grandmother's, but that was more so I wasn't home alone all the time during the summer. Like, I didn't go during the school year, but give me something to do in the summertime. And when we went there, I would listen and not know what was going on at all. I don't think I had my first Bible until I was 15. And even then, I didn't have any guidance on how to read it or anything. I didn't have, a Bible study that I went to or any of that. I just had a Bible, which does no good if you're not learning out of it, if you're not being taught out of it. So, I do not choose the demons. I just see them, so I know they're there. It was maybe mid-August. I think it was mid-August that during prayer I heard the word deliverance. And then, like, the next day or 2, my social media feeds were nothing but information on deliverance ministry, casting out demons, the types of demons that caused me to wake up from my trance, my manipulation trance. And since then, I've restarted this channel and have been doing as much as I possibly can gather together even more information and figure out what exactly I'm doing, how I'm going to do it. And I've been trying to balance out book learning information with personal information and testimony, and I'm figuring it out. We're making steps. Even if they're just baby steps, we're making steps. We're moving forward. But yeah, I'm gonna read these. There's 5 verses that I'm gonna read real quick about life and death are on the tongue. And it took me a while to find these because every way I phrased it, it just did not want to show up on where to look in scripture for those particular verses. But here we go. The first is Proverbs 15 verse 4. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness therein is a breach in the spirit. And then Proverbs 18 verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. And we've got Ecclesiasticus, or see, my book says Ecclesiasticus. I've got the King James Version with Apocrypha, but it can also be called Ben Shira. Sirach, Ben Sirach, Wisdom of Sirach, and Wisdom of Jesus, the son of Sirach, are all the other titles of this particular book. See, Ecclesiasticus 37:18. 4 manner of things appear, good and evil, life and death, but the tongue ruleth over them continually. And we've got Ecclesiasticus 51:6. By an accusation to the king from an unrighteous tongue, my soul drew near even unto death. My life was near to the hell beneath. And then we got 1 Peter 3:10. Where did he go? There it is. I didn't put a sticky note in this one. Nope, I did. It's just hiding in the page. 1 Peter 3:10. For he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil, and his lips they speak no guile. And I haven't thought of anything else to add to that, so I'm going to go ahead and close this. And I will talk to you all next week. Thank you for listening. Are you expecting me to yell and throw a bus or something? No. Kick you out right now. I was doing something to get somebody there. A couple of references today of the week, but they might have to do it. I'm working on it. I am. A lot of demons I don't like in there, and it's just easier ways to shut them up. No, it's not this way. Got it. way to get him out of there entirely.
Yeah,